Every day it seems the weather is getting better, and on a nice spring day, there's nothing better than a round of golf. And if you want to learn a little bit about finance, you can get that round of golf for free. So today we're joined by Dylan Bond. He's the owner of Bond Financial Services. How can we get a free round of golf? Because I don't mind swinging the irons every once in a while.
Yeah. So basically, we focus on working with people that are 50 and older and trying to get them educated on the difference of retirement planning and preservation planning versus growth planning. So one of the ways we do that, Seth, is we have programs that we run a few times a month at Twin Hills Country Club in Longmeadow. We also do the Orchards Golf Course and a couple other golf courses out there. And ultimately what we do is people show up at 8:30 in the morning. We serve breakfast. And then I will speak about the different topics that I talk about, just to let people understand what makes us different than most companies out there. And then we turn them loose on the golf course for a complimentary round of golf. So really, ultimately, what we're doing is we're exchanging a complimentary round of golf and breakfast for an hour of their time to listen to our story. And the nice thing for us is that if I can get in front of people and tell my story and how I do things differently, it results in a lot of people wanting to meet with me one-on-one and talk a little bit more in detail.
And if finance is your thing or people are contemplating retirement, there's not even a loss there. You get a nice breakfast, you get to learn about money, and then you get to go play golf.
That's absolutely right. The one thing that everybody needs to be very aware of is that there is no selling at these programs. It's all informational. And then on the appointment, if they choose to meet with me, I'm not going to try to wrangle them in and make them a customer, if you will.
Yeah, there's no sales pitch. There's no like, oh wait, there's more.
Right. Ultimately, what I'm trying to do is find the right people that think the same way as me. I believe in preservation of capital. I believe in trying to maintain the potential for a reasonable rate of return, minimize volatility, create a plan that works in all different circumstances, not just when the markets are doing well, but if it works when the markets are doing poorly, then obviously when the markets do well, it'll work as well.
So you have a couple points here we're going to talk about today, and these are things that you mentioned in greater detail at these meetings, at these seminars, at these dinners. The first one is mutual funds versus separate accounts. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, a lot of people growing up and going through life, they use mutual funds, which are great tools for accumulating money. But when they start to get a little bit closer to retirement, 50 plus, what happens is they've accumulated a lot of money in mutual funds that might be more expensive and less customizable than using what are called separately managed accounts. And the main difference is mutual funds, you pool your money in with a lot of other investors. With a separate account, you're getting a manager that's managing your money alone, and you can manage the cost and also the way that they're managing money for specific purposes like income.
So it can be more individualized to you.
Absolutely,
which is nice.
very much so.
The next thing you talk about, institutional versus retail when it comes to financial service options.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to position your finances, and a lot of people out there are dealing with retail financial firms that really are running off of a suitability standard. So ultimately, if they can make a product recommendation suitable, they can go ahead and sell it. And a lot of times they're working for the advisors they're working with work for specific companies that are in a lot of cases selling specific products. So with an institutional type management platform, we don't work for any specific companies. We work for the families that we represent. So we're looking to try to put ourselves in their shoes and do the very best for them. It's more of a fiduciary relationship versus a suitability relationship.
Because I think those are two buzzwords. So you want to look for fiduciary as opposed to suitability.
Yeah, and again, in the programs that we talk about at the golf seminars, we get into a little bit more detail on that.
But these are just a couple buzzwords out there that people, if they're shopping around, they can watch out for. Lastly, there's the buy and hold strategy, and then there's active management annuities. Now, what are the similarities and differences?
Well, it's active management, not annuities. So buy and hold versus active management, that has to do with more investment management and really passive investment strategies, the old buy and hold philosophy. The older you get, the less likely that's going to work for you because chances are you're going to need that money sooner. So what we're looking for is we're looking for more active management that has the ability to get out of the market when markets are doing poorly and participate in markets when markets are going up. And ultimately, if you can eliminate the downside of the market and participate in the upside, you're going to have less volatility and the potential for a better rate of return.
And I think that's the mistake in 2008 when the markets came crashing down. What happened to a lot of people was that they hadn't been managing their money, so what they thought was all well and good then came crashing down because no one was kind of minding the store.
Most passively managed investment strategies in 2008 got hurt pretty bad, down 30+%. Whereas some active managers out there, their portfolios in some cases didn't lose money, and in other cases less lost than 5%.
Well, Dylan, unfortunately, we're out of time. It's a pleasure to have you here. And if you want to get more information, it's always good to have you. Visit bondfinancialservices.net or call 413-754-4747. Just let Dylan and his staff take the steps to secure your financial future.